Coming up on Look Today, well, we've got continuing coverage of HUD's proposal that could raise rent for assisted housing tenants and how this will affect our community. Got details. And tomorrow is National Drug Take-Back Day. I've got those details. Plus, Fort William Henry in Lake George is preparing for a great summer season. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, and happy Friday. I'm J. Hood Jackson. This is Look Today. On tonight's program, I sit down with George Dannison, Grace O'Connor, and Tim McQuaid. They're members, Boston Spa High School's Odyssey of the Mind team. And they're here to talk about how they qualify for the World Championship, which is coming up in Iowa. Plus, I sit down with Lois Celeste, the executive director of the Saratoga Senior Center, and she's here to talk about this year's Music and Mingling fundraiser. Always a fun event. Plus, we've got your weekend weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, we've got these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, we've got continuing coverage of HUD's proposal that could raise rent for assisted housing tenants. The proposal, if passed through Congress, would increase tenants' rent from 30% of their gross income to maybe 35 to 40%. Now, while this may seem like a small increase, it could triple the rent for the poorest of families in our communities. Now, in addition, the proposal could include a work requirement for tenants who are not working. Well, today, we spoke to former mayor of Saratoga, Joanne Yepsen. Now, as mayor, she worked with HUD to bring more affordable living options to the city of Saratoga Springs. And we spoke to her about imposing some of these new work requirements.
Well, I always think whenever you have a situation where people are being subsidized, that services and programs are essential to go along with the funds. So yes, Code Blue doesn't give money out to people. It provides temporary housing, but with services and programs that come alongside it if the recipients are up for that. So I think it's really important to have the services and the programs come along with the housing. People are always striving to get to a better place in their lives, and that's what the government's job is to help them.
In other news, well, tomorrow is National Drug Take-Back Day. Multiple law enforcement agencies are taking part in this national movement. Well, Warren County Sheriff's Office on Route 9 will be ready to take back unused, expired, and undesired prescription medication. It's free of charge. They'll be doing this between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Well, we headed up there today and spoke to Warren County Sheriff Bud York.
It's twofold. We don't want them left in a family's house so the young kids can get them, young teenagers can get hydrocodone, oxycodone, and get hooked on them. We don't want that. But also, we don't want them just throwing them away in the garbage. We don't want them getting in the landfills and getting in the groundwater. We want them disposed of properly.
That's a great program. Switching from news to weather, well, today saw rain and expect more rain tonight through tomorrow, they're saying. Let's see how the weekend is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Bonser with your first look weather update on Look TV. Let's take a look at your low pressure system that's advancing into our area, and that's going to be additional shower chances eventually for the overnight at the very least. How long are those showers are going to last? Well, we have a low pressure system advancing through Philadelphia, eventually New York City, eventually into the Capital District. It's going to pull off towards the northeast. Here's a secondary cold front advancing into southeast Canada, eventually the New England area, as we make our way into Saturday night with some scattered showers, at least during the overnight hours. May see about 10 to a quarter of an inch of rain, lows generally in the lower 40s, and winds are light and variable. Let's take a look at the outdoor forecast, shall we, for your Saturday. 20% chance, maybe 30% chance of showers through the mid-morning hours. Temperatures will slowly rise through the upper 40s and eventually could hit the 50-degree mark at 9 a.m. Let's take a look at our Saturday forecast. Showers likely about 60% coverage, highs in the mid-60s. We'll have a southwest wind about 5 miles per hour. We drop to about 40 degrees and we could see a slight chance of showers on Monday with a high of 54 degrees. So cooler for Sunday and Monday, but then we warm back up. Could make a run at a possible 80-degree day for the first time this year by the time you get to midweek. That was your forecast update here on First Look Weather on Look TV. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser. Now send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. Yes, he did say 80 degrees. I get warm just thinking about it. Back to the news. You know, as we get closer to summer, Fort William Henry and Lake George has got a lot in store for the season. Now, the site of a historic turning point in the French and Indian War, the fort specializes in reenactments from this time period. Well, we spoke to Tom Wysocki. He's Director of Marketing Sales for the Fort William Henry Hotel and Conference Center. Here's what he had to say.
Well, it's a great venue. The museum itself offers some great history, a great learning process. We go back to the actual days of the time period of 1755, and we do cooking events that are in there, and then just the history that we have here, and the beauty and the view. I mean, what makes American history is what took place on these grounds right here.
Hello to Tom. Okay, up next, I sit down with George Dannison, Grace O'Connor, and Tim McQuaid. They're members from Ballston Spa High School's Odyssey of the Mind team, and they're here to talk about how they qualify for a world championship, which is going to be held in Iowa. It's a great interview. I also sit down with Lois Celeste, Executive Director of the Saratoga Senior Center, and she's here to talk about this year's fundraiser. It's called Music and Mingling. First, if you've seen what's happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. That's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. It's Friday, so I want to thank everyone here. Ladies first, Antoinette and Dana, followed by Andrew and Drew, Jack and Joel, Norm, and the Bat. Some people have asked me who the Bat is. It's a secret, but the Bat is here. They're laughing in the control room. Couple of lookouts for the weekend. Don't forget Beatles Cruise, the Adirondack Lake Boat on Sunday. I think it leaves at 7 o'clock. The Across the Pond Beatles Tribute Band, as well as a string quartet and a dance company and whatever. Great event. Also, Art in the Public Eye is doing a fundraiser at the Wood Theater. That's Saturday. Starts at 6 p.m. That's a great cause, the Art in the Public Eye. And rumor has it that the music is being provided by one of the best bands in our area. I don't know, Paradox Saints. I don't know who they are, but people tell me they're really great. Lake Local in Saratoga, Saturday afternoon, is an event called Splish Splash. And that's a fundraiser for leukemia research. So as you can see, all kinds of things. Spring has sprung in our communities. And I want to make you aware of one other thing. We're starting a new program on Monday night at 8:30. We're known for our community outreach programming. And this one is called Warren Watch, hosted by none other than Mark Westcott. There are political gadflies in our community, and Mark rates right up there. All about taxpayer issues, and his guests are very impressive. So that starts Monday night at 8:30 right here on Look TV. All right, everybody, have a safe weekend. The weather's supposed to get better by Sunday. Let's see what happens. And we'll see you here Monday night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.